Hey everyone!
It's the we did the thing. It's the Powerful Nerdcast. We're back. I know it's been a long time, but we're excited to be back and talk about cool things. In particular, all this great stuff which is going on in One Piece. We got a big conclusion to the Wano arc.
Well, technically, we're talking about the spoilers, but they pretty much said that Wano is over, Kaido is defeated, and now essentially there's a lot of little things to wrap up. But at the same time, probably everyone's going to party before they figure that out.
That's pretty much what's going to be going on. That's pretty typical for One Piece, though, every single time they end an arc. So we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about this brand new Shrek 5 trailer starring She-Hulk, which I think is going to be pretty freaking awesome.
Shit. I was like, okay, what are we going with?
That's right. I'm super excited about that one. But, of course, before we begin, make sure, guys, if you are liking our content, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Check us out on Patreon so you can make a monthly donation. We'd really appreciate that.
Yep.
We've actually just released a brand new Patreon video, which is pretty much going to be the final one, at least for the time being. It's on a series called Sympho Gear, so please make sure to check that out. I'll actually put a link for that video in the description box so you guys can check that out. But here we are. Let's go ahead and jump into One Piece right now, because that's something that we still talk about every single week. And we got a pretty solid conclusion to Luffy and Kaido, and I just want to get some just initial thoughts. So what did you think about like the final battle between Luffy and Kaido? Were you satisfied by the ending? Did you like the imagery? Were you hoping for maybe a little bit more, especially with Luffy's brand new crazy powers?
Yeah, so I want to back up a little bit and talk about Luffy's Gear 5th.
Yes.
He's awakened his Devil Fruit. He is Joy Boy. There were hints all through the series.
Is he Joy Boy? Is he the reincarnation?
He's the reincarnation. The fruit is Joy Boy, possibly. Like the fruit's awakened state is the Joy Boy character, whoever inherits that fruit. So it was like, I like that everyone thought that Luffy was going to be able to turn everything rubber. And that seems to exactly be what's going on. Like if you hit Luffy and you slam him into the ground, he can just turn the ground into rubber when he lands, and it's hard to hurt him. You know, you hit him with, like Kaido was hitting him with his giant club, and his face was just warping around the whole club. So it was hurting him, mostly because they were probably using hockey, but it wasn't like slamming into him in a way that was defeating Luffy instantly, like earlier in the fights with Kaido. So the actual Gear 5th super gummy form or sun god form.
Yeah, it's got like apparently it's not even the gumu fruit. It was like something else entirely.
It's like the sun god fruit. Obviously, someone knows the name.
We now have Egyptian god card fruits, basically.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
One Piece.
And I really enjoyed this transformation. It's extremely cartoony. I know you can't really complain about that in One Piece because a lot of things are cartoony.
Everything in One Piece is cartoony.
Well, it gets very serious, and then it gets very cartoony.
Yeah.
You know, like you could think when Luffy was seeing all of his crewmates knocked around the world before the timepiece, that was a very serious moment. There was no exaggeration, except in the sense that like he's like crying and it's very sad and serious. It's not like a goofy moment. But then you see him and Usopp and Chopper goofing around on the ship, and they're all making goofy faces.
I mean, even when Ace died, which is arguably the most important death of the entire series because of what it's done for
One
Luffy
of the only
in terms of
ones
his development.
in this show.
You know, Luffy broke down and everything, and it was really sad. But it was also really cartoony while it was happening.
Yeah, I agree. It was very cartoony.
I think that's an interesting debate because I've always, for me, that was one of the biggest hurdles of getting into One Piece because initially I was just like, this is just too slapsticky, too cartoony, too noodly arm, 1920s cartoon character kind of thing. I'm like, I couldn't get into it. But when I embraced that, that's when I really liked it. And
it just
now
feels
it's kind of
super enhanced with this awakening.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
It's like the Looney Tunes fruit. It's kind of like, that's how I looked at it.
According to the One Piece wiki, it's the Hito no Mi
I've heard
model
that too.
Nika.
I
That's
should have known
basically
that.
the official thing. We already kind of jokingly talked about the fact, like, is he going to say Hito no Mi now, or is he going to say Gummo? No, he's going to say Gummo until the end of time.
I think there was a big debate, is the fruit changing Luffy now that it's awakened? Like, is the fruit have its own will, and it's going to, like, now Luffy's going to be a different character? I think that would be a huge mistake, because Luffy is a likable character that everyone has followed all these chapters, so they can't, like, kind of change him like that.
At the very end, like, they can't just go through such a big change for the character.
Yeah, but it just seems that essentially that he has new powers, he can change the things, he can do anything he wants. So Luffy has always been very creative with his fruit, whether it's making his hand big, whether it's pumping his blood really fast through his body, whether it's the Gear 4th where he kind of does the bounce man or the snake man, like he's very creative. So now he gets to enhance that creativity with this new form, essentially, like even bigger stuff, or run like the Road Runner when you're going, or make the whole ground like become a giant rubber wall and smack down on you. You know, like it's kind of interesting, but it's all very fun and cartoony. And you can see Luffy kind of gets to enjoy fighting at a different level. Like he knew that it was very serious with Kaido, but even he looked like he was having a great time. Yeah. Hell, Kaido looked like he was having a great time.
Oh yeah, this is probably the most fun Kaido's ever had in his entire life. And
yes,
I think that's made even more clear by the latest chapter, going a little bit into his backstory, which, you know, in any One Piece arc, we get backstory. We pretty much know that that's not necessarily a death flag, but it's a you're defeated flag.
You're defeated in this arc, most likely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he's gone through a lot of shit in his life, you know, being betrayed by a lot of people and trying to start his very own organization and being notoriously one of the most violent pirates in the One Piece series. And now his ultimate fight is against basically a Tex Avery cartoon, and it's kind of fitting in some senses. And, you know, I've heard a lot of people complaining that this is just another arc where it kind of ends with Luffy just punching the hell out of someone, and that's kind of the end of the fight.
It's kind of true, though.
Let's
not pretend it's not true.
Let's not. You know, almost every arc ends that way. That's just the way it is. But, you know, I went back and I reread it. I even reread it with you yesterday.
Yeah.
And I found a little bit more of an appreciation for that final defeat, especially that one big panel showing it from the perspective behind Luffy as he's just decking the hell out of him. And the overall image itself, when you really try to, like, think about it and boil it down, it's pretty freaking incredible of watching Luffy take down a dragon. It just looks really awesome.
Also had Luffy declare what kind of world he's trying to create, which is a world where all his friends can eat as much as they want. And I found that really interesting because one of the bigger things we hear all the time, hell, in the promos, is I'm going to become king of the pirates. But we don't really, and in some ways, obviously, some more hardcore One Piece fans are going to know what he means by this. Like, that doesn't really mean what the world is going to be like. Luffy's just trying to be free and do whatever he wants.
Exactly.
And he doesn't actually try to influence worlds. He just hates dictators and like assholes. So he usually beats them up when he's around them. But he never says, I'm trying to make the world this, you know, but this was like his first time declaring, trying to make a world where, you know, in my mind, you can interpret it so many ways, like where good people don't have to worry, or no one has to go hungry, or no one can control people's happiness. You can look much deeper into that line, and they have totally hinted that he said that line multiple times, but they never really hear about it. Like him and Sabo and Ace, when they were kids, they sort of had a thing where they were all on the hill talking about the world they were trying to make, and it's still a very childish way of saying, I'm trying to make a good world. And it's also because he's a shonen guy and he loves to eat food.
Well, I mean, it's so fitting for a character like Luffy. I mean, yeah, like you said, he's a shonen character. He loves to eat copious amounts of food. But it also ties perfectly into everything that's going on with Wano, with how the entire country was basically taken over by Kaido. It became this big
everyone was
dictatorship.
starving.
Everybody couldn't have food.
The smile fruit's fucking everyone up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like his declaration. You know, being Pirate King to Luffy is not sitting on a throne and wearing a crown. It's like you said,
pure
it's
freedom.
all about pure freedom and making sure that everyone has what they need.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, very noble of a character like Luffy. You know, it's something that's really important to him, and this was definitely, I think, one of the biggest moments for him. But I really wasn't too disappointed by the end of this arc. I mean, I knew it was going to end probably with a giant punch, and it was insanely similar to Doflamingo's defeat.
Yes.
Like, they even have, like, a shot from the manga where, like, Kaido's face is, like,
getting
from the
smushed
side
by the
perspective.
fist.
Yeah, getting smushed and completely
Yeah.
destroyed and everything. But still, overall, I think it looked really awesome. I think with the spoilers that are coming out for the latest chapter, things are really moving ahead at a lightning pace, because not only was Kaido defeated, but immediately, like right there, we're getting aftermath. We're like seeing like hours later, possibly days later, of things that happened, with all of Kaido's crew being locked up, Luffy in bandages, already just recovering, and Wano just, you know, trying to recover from all of the crazy shit which actually just ended up happening. And, you know, I'm excited to see what's going to happen next. But it just seems like everything wrapped up so quick in the Wano Kingdom, and it took so much time getting there, and then boom, it's just over.
Well, I feel like we had a fun ride, so if the ending's a little quick, it doesn't really bother me. Also, they have the world government ships outside. They have Zunisha, I forget the name of the elephant.
Giant elephant?
Yeah, the giant elephant is out there, and you have, who's the kid that's the dragon?
Momonosuke.
Momonosuke.
They're just refusing to show his adult form yet.
Yeah, they don't want to show it.
And we all know why.
He's going to be an Odin clone.
Exactly.
And that's cool, because now Odin gets to exist in the world again. Obviously,
I don't know if I want him to still have that goofy haircut, but he's going to have, like, his facial features and everything, it's going to be Odin to a T.
It's going to be close. Yeah. I think definitely close. Maybe a different haircut.
Yeah.
But the thing that you still got the world government right outside. I still don't know if the elephant actually destroyed all those ships. I'm still a little unclear on that. You also had high characters are on those ships. I assume like some of the world government's stronger peoples, maybe not admirals, but up there.
Yeah.
But what's exciting to me is like the dang Straw Hats are going to be borderline unrecognizable after this arc. You got Sanji, who's a freaking like cyborg now that can self-heal. You have Zoro, who has a sword that he knows how to use that can essentially defeat anything if he cuts you with it, and probably could go toe-to-toe with Mihawk. Maybe not defeat Mihawk yet, but he at least could compete.
I really wonder how they're going to handle the whole Mihawk situation, because we've never really had a moment like where Mihawk has really had to try hard. Like
Mihawk doesn't have a crew.
No, he doesn't. He's I think,
the one.
Doesn't he have like one person with him, which is what's her name?
The chick with the ghost, but then she's not his crew. She just likes hanging out.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I mean, the most we've ever really seen him do, I guess, was at Marineford, where he would occasionally just swing his sword, and the implication being that
he also reminds me of a Shanks character that just sort of understands what's going on in the world, doesn't really talk about it much, and is enjoying watching it unfold.
Well, it's fitting considering they're also really good friends.
Yeah,
or at least maybe it's a one-sided friendship. I'm not really sure. Mihawk kind of puts up with Shanks.
Mihawk's like he brings the booze, so I put up with it.
Which is also cool because to me, Mihawk is still one of the coolest. I'd go as far as to say the most mysterious and coolest member of the Warlords, simply just because, or the anti-Warlords.
I think it's Shanks, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's he's not a warlord.
No,
Shanks
is a Yonko. He's an emperor.
Yeah.
But I mean, Mihawk is like, I don't know. I think he's way more powerful than they've actually let on. And I don't really know if him and Zoro are actually going to have like a real fight. I see them more as comrades at this point.
Yeah. Zoro swallowed his pride to get trained by him.
Unless this is just some like old Wu-Tang, martial arts movie where you have to kill your master in order to become stronger. I'm not.
That doesn't seem like a One Piece thing.
No.
If it was Samurai Champloo, or if it was like a different series, if it was Afro Samurai, that would be what I'd expect. But for this show, I don't think that. I really don't know how they're going to go about that. Maybe Mihawk's just going to retire.
Yeah. Here's a big question that the community's been asking: is Yamato going to become the next Straw Hat pirate?
That is a good question. Also, what about King? Because he really wanted to do Joy Boy stuff, and now he realizes Luffy's Joy Boy. Maybe he's going to like try to do kind of like what Marco does and like assist the crew from afar. Because that's the one thing that obviously we know Luffy's real superpower is making friends and building allies.
Big time.
That is his real superpower. His other stuff is just the brute force side of things. And so is Yamato going to join the crew? I think it's going to be an Odin-style joining where it's sort of like you can hang out, but you're not really part of the crew. Was Odin part of
Is she going to be like the next Vivi, basically?
Yeah, like, but in a more permanent sense, but like she's on probation.
Yeah.
What about Carrot? Is she on the crew yet?
I've been wanting Carrot on the crew for like 5 years. I don't think it's going to happen.
I think...
She hasn't done anything like super major.
Yeah, she did. She saved the ship at the Big Wrong Pirates Island by going.
Yeah, but like aside from that, like I don't know, she defeated. She's a fun character.
Petro, or Pedo. What is his name?
Perospero.
Perospero.
She defeated the Candyman.
Yeah.
Okay, Willy Wonka.
And he can.
Okay, so Carrot defeated him. And, that was a big moment for her. But, I mean, for the most part, she's...
That's more of a personal story, not a Straw Hat story.
Not really, yeah. Like, that's the thing. A lot of the Straw Hats have to have, like, some sort of motivation or a dream, as a lot of people say. Like, something that drives them to not just be a member of the crew, but, like, they have something that they want to personally accomplish.
Sanji's all blue. Zoro's the best swordsman. Nami's
navigator,
rich.
Basically, yeah, she wants to be super rich and a navigator. But, like, for Carrot, like, she doesn't really have... She just wants to live peacefully with the Mink tribe. And
to be honest, she's pretty basic in that sense.
She is. And I mean, I've sung the praises of Carrot before. I think she's fun. I think she's a super cute and awesome design, and she can be badass too. But there isn't much more to her. And even with Yamato, a character who I do think
Yamato has way more depth.
Yamato has a tremendous amount of depth. And it's funny because she's a character who basically has only been around for a little while. Like, like a year at this point?
She got a story upgrade because she's been reading Odin's book. So she sort of comes with a lot of story baggage attached to her ready to go. I don't know how to describe that in a different way.
And I think it goes without saying, we could use another female member on the crew.
But she wants to be a dude, so it's like a loophole.
Still, she's incredibly powerful. She's still a woman at heart. And, I've heard, you want to hear my personal theory, which will probably never happen?
Yeah.
So, Yamato's, like, obsessed with everything that is Odin, right?
Yes.
To the point where do you think she sees Odin as more of a father figure or as a husbando?
I don't think she has those kind of feelings for Odin at all. I think she likes what he represents.
His ideals.
Yeah. Of an open kingdom.
Okay, so what's going to happen when Yamato sees adult Momonosuke?
Well, they're already kind of friends.
Yeah.
Because they just saved the island together.
Yeah.
So I think she's going to be fascinated by him. But I don't think it's a love thing.
You don't think so?
No.
Because at this point, didn't Momonosuke get aged up too?
Yes. He is technically...
He could be Yamato's age.
Yes.
Who's to say that they're not going to be the new rulers of Wano?
That could be true. I mean but
Momonosuke,
she wants to leave the island. He doesn't.
That's true. He wants to stay behind because he has to change it and rule it.
He wants to be shogun.
Basically,
Yeah.
yes. And I think that's more than appropriate. It has to happen, actually. But Yamato's interesting. You know, again, I think her joining the crew would be awesome.
But Momonosuke loves them titties.
Oh, exactly. It's see, everything is adding up here.
That's on the internet
Not
forever
only does
now.
he get aged up, but he gets Yamato, who's bombastic as all get out.
Yeah.
She has a love for the Wano Kingdom, but again, I am in agreement that she probably
wants to go on adventures.
Yeah,
she literally told Luffy.
What better group to go with than the Straw Hat Pirates, which, you know, will be a great asset to them. But also, I think if she does join the crew, I think this is the last official crew member. Like, not like, you know,
There could always
Bartolomeo and his giant group of allies or Vivi or anything. I think like this is the last, like, you know, if there's
that was
an
the Straw
anime
Hat Alliance. That was not a crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, let's say there's a brand new anime opening and they show all the Straw Hat Pirates. Yamato would be included in
Yes.
that. Like, official member.
Yes.
You know, like, it took Jinbei years to do it. Yamato's going to do it in, like, the span of a year. But I think it would be really freaking awesome. Just for how unique she is.
I think we're, like, literally, and I'm not trying to predict the end of One Piece, but I think we're literally at 1 or 2 arcs away.
Really?
Like, we're that close.
I'm going to say 2 or 3.
You think 2 or 3? But these things take 4 years each.
That's the thing.
Things take 4 years.
They have so many things that they're going to have to wrap up. I mean, the Revolutionaries alone, the story arc involving Luffy and his father could be tremendous.
But that could also happen while they're attacking the government.
They could incorporate both.
They could do all that. And then they finish that.
Yeah.
And then the Blackbeard arc.
Mm-hmm. So basically, what we got to deal with right now is all the world government.
Yes.
All that stuff, and then we got to deal with Blackbeard and his people.
And Laugh-Tail.
Now, do these all happen at the same time?
Yeah, maybe you just have one giant like Whitebeard war.
Just and that's the other thing, by the way. I want to take umbrage with a little bit.
Umbrage.
I liked Wano arc.
Yes.
I particularly like it in the anime version.
Oh, it's great in anime. Yeah.
They keep
so good.
The action scenes just keep getting amazing every single time I see it. I remember before this arc was going to kick off, like all the talk about how this was going to be bigger than the big Whitebeard War, the Marineford arc. It never quite got there for me.
Well, it was cool, but at the end of the day, it was still just the Straw Hat Pirates versus another crew.
Yeah.
At the Whitebeard War.
Now, there were a lot of people involved.
Yeah.
You know,
and
the
samurai.
the entire country and everything. But it just, I don't know what it was, even though it involved an entire country. It just didn't feel as big.
At the end of the day, it was one crew versus another crew with friends. Mm-hmm. But at the Whitebeard War, it was literally almost everyone in the world in one place.
Exactly.
Besides Kaido, besides Big Mom.
Yeah.
And it would have been stupid if it did have everyone like that, too.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, literally, we need a bigger war that has everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe Kaido and Big Mom show up, but they're not really trying to dominate everything now. They're just more like observing, you know?
I don't know. I mean, are Kaido and Big Mom just going to be thrown into
the volcano?
And that's their prison, basically, for a while? Or...
You know that
can they be redeemed? Can characters like them be redeemed?
Well, here's the other issue with them. Maybe they're not dead, but that volcano is where you get sea stone. So maybe they're down and their powers are being suppressed.
That's basically, that makes sense.
Yeah, like they're still super strong.
They're the type of monstrous people that can be encased in lava and still survive, I bet, somehow.
You know, if Broly and Goku can fight in a volcano, then
fucking
they
Big
can
Mom.
be fine.
Especially Big Mom. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of things that both of these characters have done which are absolutely like terrible. So I don't know if there's going to be much of a redemption for them. It would be cool to see them involved, but I mean, we still got to deal.
They just have to bow out. They don't need to be redeemed
necessarily. But like you said, we got the world government. We got the revolutionaries. As far as like emperors go, there's Shanks, who I don't want to see as a villain type character. I don't think he is at all. He's an ally to Luffy and all of them. And how they're going to handle him is going to be interesting, especially because there's this new movie coming out, One Piece Red, which is all about Shanks and his crew and supposedly Shanks' daughter.
Well, now that we got, Odin reincarnated as a chick and stuff, I mean, like, they can do whatever they want. I'm just excited to see a new movie that, now that we're at this current power level, I don't know if Luffy's going to be able to do the Sun God moves in this. I hope he does. Movie?
Like if it takes place after?
It's supposed to happen after.
It's always so hard with movies because...
I need to Google that because I think this movie happens after this arc. So that would mean he has some
Here's a little synopsis for all of those who aren't, paying attention to this stuff. By the way, this movie doesn't even come out until August, but the story takes place on an island where Uta, the world's most popular diva, which is, I believe this is Shanks' daughter.
Yeah.
We don't know yet. Performs for the first time in public. And Uta's voice, with which she sings while hiding her true identity, has been described as otherworldly. As the Straw Hat crew, led by Luffy and other pirates, the Navy, and the fans from all over the world who enjoy her voice, they've arrived at this location. Uta's voice is heard in a new light. The curtain rises on a story with a shocking revelation that she is the daughter of red-haired Shanks. And is it really his daughter? That's the big question. Or is it just some sort of weird metaphor for something else?
Or maybe she's just saying it for attention, even though she's already famous.
I don't know. But, they're really putting a lot of emphasis on the fact that this is going to be a very Shanks-heavy film, which is to say it'll probably be the most material we've seen from the character.
Yes.
But, they definitely make that clear. Even the logo of the movie has, his 3, scars, on the logo of the movie, which I think looks really cool. And I'm interested in it. It's the first One Piece movie that's got me legitimately really excited, because I actually haven't watched the last couple. I never watched, I think it was called One Piece Gold.
I just watched the final fight.
Just the fight scenes?
Yeah, they're cool.
Which I'm sure they look awesome.
Yeah, they do.
The last one I think I saw was...
No, it was the Bullet guy.
The Bullet guy?
Was it the guy named Bullet? Yeah.
Yeah?
Because it was the worst generation versus him. In the Gold arc, it was just the Straw Hats.
Didn't it also bring back, CP9? It brought back Rob Lucci?
And he fought Sabo and, all that stuff.
See, I never...
But it wasn't like a fight. It's like they clashed. And their hockey sparks.
Okay.
And
is
then
it worth checking out?
Yes. It's pretty cool.
Okay. Because the last one I saw was One Piece Film Z. And I liked it, but again, it's the movies are kind of you can skip them and you're not going to miss anything.
To me, they're not as obvious as the Dragon Ball Z movies. The Dragon Ball Z movies are literally like a retelling of the arcs that we've just seen. There's one that's like a 1-to-1 of Cell. There's the one that's kind of like Bio Broly is kind of like your Cell arc. And then you kind of get your Tree of Might is kind of like your Saiyan Saga retold a little bit, because you get the Turtles, Goku,
Yeah.
So they're very 1-to-1 in a lot of ways. But the One Piece are more just hey, if you like the super powerful characters you just saw in that arc, let's watch them do this. And that's kind of what I like about it, because it's kind of hey, you get to see Luffy do more moves in his current state. So,
do you think that this movie's going to have any sort of effect on, say, the manga or the anime? Or
no,
no,
it never does. They're
does.
non-canon, in my opinion.
Okay.
Are they canon? I don't know, but they don't feel canon. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't know how they're going to be able to fit this all in to everything that's going on here, but just there's so much more they have to wrap up in a couple years, and the big joke online is that everybody makes these great memes about they'll be reading One Piece, and then 100 years later they're like a skeleton and it's still going on.
Yes.
Will this really be able to wrap up properly? We're just going to have to wait and see. But as far as Wano ended, I thought it was pretty good. It's hard to believe that it has been going on for years.
I don't even know when Wano started.
I know.
It doesn't seem that long ago that Luffy and Zoro met on the beach and caught up, because Zoro wasn't with them on Whole Cake Island the whole time. So it doesn't seem all that long.
I always forget about Whole Cake Island. First, I liked
They all
Whole
kind
Cake.
of blend together.
They do.
Those two arcs blend together in my
It's
opinion.
funny, too, because Whole Cake was not as long as this arc or Dressrosa, which went on forever. So.
To me, the bigger interesting thing to me is Sanji sort of unlocking his Germa 66 powers with the suit, kind of unlock that DNA he had in him.
I wish he would keep the suit. I know he doesn't want to, but it just looks so cool to me.
It's him as much as he can control denying his Germa roots for his own powers. But he had to essentially come to terms with the reason he has a fire foot and all that other stuff is because of his Germa powers.
Exactly.
So, and that sort of sucks for him because he didn't like that. But at the same time, I think he's got the coolest self-regenerating kind of cool DNA now that is going to make him cool. And also, they need to give him power up to keep up with Zoro. Just to be.
Do you think all the Straw Hats got proper screen time during Wano arc? I know that some definitely got more than others.
I would say Nami and Usopp were really just for laughs, and I was a little disappointed in that because Usopp never had his big moment where he shot the thing and did a thing like he did with where he had hockey and he took out Sugar. Yeah, like that was his moment. I don't feel like he had a moment this arc. Chopper had another great Doctor moment. Curing the ice demon.
All the ice Oni abilities and everything.
Yeah. So
I would say, it's definitely, again, Luffy, Sanji, Zoro, and I would say to almost the same extent, Nico Robin.
She had a cool fight when she got the spider lady, and she became a giant version of herself in broke the spider.
That was really awesome.
She
I really
broke some
enjoyed
bones.
that.
Imagine that. That's what she does. And I thought the fastest yet one of the cooler fights was Jinbei versus Who's Who.
Who's Who.
Yeah, that was a great fight.
Yeah, Jinbei was awesome in this. He's always awesome in everything I see him in, but like
He's like the unwavering badass. Like they literally don't play jokes with that character. Like Zoro's like a badass, but they try to poke holes through that facade all the time. Like making him get lost and stupid. Even Law, a very like stoic badass character. They goof around with him, but Jinbei they don't really do that much with.
it's because he's an old, experienced warrior.
Yeah.
Like he has no time for those goofy shenanigans.
Yeah,
that
that's a good
buffoonery,
way to
if
put
you
it.
will. No one will sanction it for Jinbei. But yeah, I'd say those are the ones that really like stood out. Brooke was with Nico Robin a lot in this chapter, in this entire.
He played
arc.
support a
Pretty
lot.
much helping her escape because CP0 is still after her ass, which that could happen at any time now. Like you said, the Marines are right outside the island. Who's to say they're not just going to try and muscle their way in at this point?
Well,
but would they even dare
Momonosuke
try?
told the giant elephant, "Don't
Keep
open the
him away."
borders yet."
Yeah.
He didn't say destroy the ships. He said just don't open the borders just yet.
Yeah.
But we will do it soon.
They got shit to do.
They got they got to party first.
Exactly. That's pretty typical for One Piece, though.
Oh my gosh.
That's just the way they're gonna go. But I'm glad that it's done. I'm ready to see some new stuff. I'm ready to go off
to
on
a
some
new
new
island.
adventures. There's still so many things that they're going to have to, wrap up and everything. So I wish the author the best in his ability to do it because I don't know if he's going to be able to pull it off in the next couple of years, but it's going to be breakneck from here, and I'm very excited.
It needs to be.
Luffy getting this
not
new
goof
form.
off.
No.
We know too much about the world now. We know a lot about its dark history. We need to solve some of those larger issues that have been presented in this world.
Exactly.
We need to face the world government. We need to work towards Laugh Tale. We need to have a conflict with Blackbeard, and not just it's a war, like a baby conflict. Like we need the real conflict. We need to decide if Blackbeard has 3 hearts or whatever, so he can keep getting devil fruits. Like for some reason, we need to understand what role Shanks is going to play in the world. Because he's like the only one left that we haven't really delved deeply into. Is he really playing both sides? Or not in an evil way, but he likes being connected to the world government, so he understands what's going on just as much as he likes being connected to the pirate world because he understands everything. So I mean, there's just so much to wrap up. And what the fuck is Laugh Tale?
I know.
Is it just a giant, ironic history telling book? What is it? It's not going to be a Straw Hat. It's got to be. I saw this theory video the other day, and it was maybe it's an ironic telling of the history, and it's so ironic it's sad and funny at the same time. That's why you cry and laugh.
Yeah.
What is it? It doesn't make sense. And will it ever meet anyone's expectations?
That's going to be the question there. That's what we've been joking about for years. Will One Piece pay off?
Who knows?
Will it actually be, and from what I believe the author has said, it's a real object. It's a thing.
It's a thing.
It's not like a state of mind. It's not the hat.
You don't go
it
to the
might be
island.
the hat. I don't know. It better not be a hat.
No.
I don't know what it's going to be.
One Piece was inside all of us all along.
I know. If it's something like that, I'm done. I give up at that point.
Yeah. So that's our One Piece talk. Is that okay? Can we go
that
to
is
something
totally
else?
okay. We can definitely pivot right now.
Let's pivot.
All right. So let's go ahead and talk about Marvel because we love talking about Marvel. It's something that we love. We already saw
We're
Doctor
nerds.
Strange.
We watch it all. We enjoy it all.
We saw Doctor Strange. We watched Moon Knight.
Yes.
Which I think were all pretty decent. I think Doctor Strange was fun. Moon Knight was okay in my opinion.
Had some cool moments.
That's right. But Disney just absolutely refuses to let you go a month without some sort of brand
She-Hulk's
new
right around the corner.
Marvel material. And yeah, we got She-Hulk coming out.
Yeah.
And we got our very first trailer for that. And I want to get your unadulterated thoughts about the show. No filter, Christian. How do you feel about the show? Are you excited? Did you not like the look of the trailer? Just give me something to work
Okay,
with.
here's what I like about it, and then I'll go into what I don't like about it. What I do like about it is that we're using real Hulk, Smart Hulk in it, so it feels like it's very much taking place with some of the A-cast Marvel heroes that we fell in love with through Endgame.
Ruffalo's here.
Ruffalo's
ruffle
in it.
those Hulk feathers.
Yeah, and we get Abomination, and we get probably Wong will be in it, maybe Wong. And the point is that it feels like it's taking place in the Marvel Endgame world that we fell in love with through the movies versus Shang-Chi that's in that world but never you don't feel like you're part of that world. You're just in some weird, Chinese, Japanese underground, you know what I'm saying, like thing, and then some mystical land, and you're like, what's going on? And so that's what I'm excited about it. But it feels like some woman empowerment show, and I really don't like that.
You don't like women being empowered?
I love women. I love women being empowered. I like that women feel like they're in control of their lives. I don't mind any of that, but I don't want a show that shoves it down my face.
You bigot.
I'm just not going to watch it.
That's
most likely.
what you are, man.
Also, I didn't like that.
Go ahead.
I didn't like that it's about her getting laid in the trailer. I didn't like that. Imagine if Hulk.
Who doesn't like to get laid?
Yeah, but imagine if Hulk's like talking about getting laid. That'd just be weird to me. Like Hulk's swiping on Tinder.
Well, I don't want to see Hulk swiping on Tinder.
Like, I don't want that.
But Hulk is also a giant, raged, roided out looking monster man.
Not Smart Hulk.
No, like that's the big difference. And you know what? I don't mind the women empowerment thing that much. It's not that big.
That's what I don't like about it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But at the same, like, how I know in the comics she still gets to be an attorney.
Of course.
But that's weird that she's still an attorney while she's
It's incredibly weird. We were just talking about a series where a fucking dude can stretch his body and there's all
while
this
he
other
fights a
weird
dragon guy.
While he fights a dragon guy. This is actually more grounded in some senses.
I guess.
Now, look, I agree that...
No one else had normal lives while they were a superhero.
No.
Maybe Iron Man, but his life was already fucking
There
weird.
was nothing normal about Iron Man's life.
Okay.
Not a thing.
Captain America didn't also... Captain America, he didn't have a job at the grocery store at the same time.
These
Peter
are not...
Parker's whole life was fucking ruined by being a superhero.
Exactly.
How come she gets to still be an attorney?
Okay, so here's the thing. It is a woman empowerment show. That is very much what I think She-Hulk is all about. I think it's good woman empowerment. I don't think it's like the kind you saw in Endgame where all of the women characters came together in this super really convenient
No,
fight
it's different. Her ass looks great in a dress. Okay,
Yes.
it's different.
It is different. To me, it's less heavy-handed. It's less. It's not as clumsy as say that scene was.
Yes.
It's a little more focused in what it's trying to do. It's about this timid lawyer who gets thrown into this position where, I don't know if it's going to be like in the comics. Apparently, she's related to...
They're cousins.
Yeah, they're cousins.
That's probably why her body reacts the same to gamma radiation, because they're...
Exactly. And she gets like a blood transfusion from him, and that's what gives her the Hulk powers. But like only like half of them. So she doesn't become like a giant hulking beast, like where Mark Ruffalo's body becomes like completely distorted and disproportionate.
Yeah.
She basically just gets a little taller, a little more slim, a little more muscular, and of course she gets the whole green thing and everything. But she also gets to keep most of her mentality. She gets to get a little more angry, and she's also very strong. But she's still more of a regular citizen than the other superheroes that we've seen. She's just going to be a lawyer. She has her job. She's kind of like Daredevil in some senses, just, taller and green.
Yeah.
So I didn't really have too much of a problem with that. What I do have a problem with, which seems to be the problem that most every single person seems to have with the show, is that the CG just does not look all that great. It's got that whole uncanny valley feel to it. Not quite real, not quite perfected, and it works with a character like the regular Hulk because...
He's an outrageously weird-shaped dude.
Exactly. He's weird, he's big, and his features can be distorted a little bit more. He's human-looking, but at the same time, he's still a monster.
Yeah.
So seeing him in like big CGI form, it feels more like, since that's something you don't ever see in real life, it seems like something that could exist within the confines of that universe. She-Hulk is just a taller woman who's green.
It literally looks like someone isolated her skin tones and slid the slider to green.
That's exactly what it looks like. Now, something that just came out, and I was actually reading this before we did the podcast, whenever they put up trailers on YouTube, everything's heavily compressed, and, even if you got, like, a really high-quality video, like 4K or whatever, it's still
you
gonna
upload that shit to YouTube,
yeah,
it's
fucked. It's gonna degrade it just a little bit.
Yeah.
Apparently, they re-uploaded a trailer to, like, Disney Plus's actual website where it does output at a much higher resolution.
Because Disney owns those servers.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not as compressed, and it looks 2% better.
There we go.
It still doesn't look great. I don't know if it's the skin, the face, or the eyes. I really want to think it's the eyes, though. Something
I just
about
think
them.
they're
glassy and weird.
Yeah. There's some weird lifelessness to it. Mm-hmm. But to me, the CGI will get better. Mm-hmm. They'll just push the output date or something and work on it for another 2 months.
I mean, they don't have much longer. I think it comes out in just a couple of months, if I'm not
I thought it was next month.
Mistaken. I'll have to look at that in a little bit. I'm not finding anything immediately right here. The actress who's going to be playing She-Hulk,
What else has she
Never
been
heard
in?
of her. Her name
Anything?
is Tatiana Maslany.
Is she Spanish? What is that?
I'm not actually sure. Let's see here. She was born in, oh boy, am I going to mispronounce the crap out of this. She was Saskatchewan.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's the part of Canada my mom's
Yeah,
from.
so she's Canadian. So that's interesting. Regina, Saskatchewan.
Oh, yeah.
And
Not Regina?
No, not Regina, Saskatchewan. But she's been in a number of films at least since 2000, but I'm going to be honest, I'm not recognizing like a single one.
Look,
And
Marvel's good at putting in new people.
Yeah.
They put in the guy to play the replacement Captain America. I never seen him.
Replacement Captain America?
No, the guy that played American Citizen, or what was that character's name? The guy that got Captain Shield.
Are you talking about evil Captain America?
Yeah. That guy I'd never seen.
Yeah.
Of course, his parents are very famous.
Yeah, definitely.
But
there's that. But I mean, yeah, no, there's definitely a number of actors that have like made their name well more known because of Marvel. But as far as like looking at this stuff, like man, I'm just not seeing a lot of stuff that I recognize her from. And that's not to discredit her career or anything. It's just I don't recognize it. But she's been in everything from film to TV to even video games. So, this could be a big thing for her, but it could also,
be the end.
It could be the end. She-Hulk attorney at law.
Do we want to talk about other things? Like, let's talk about Doctor Strange. Let's talk about...
You have no
I just
interest.
don't care. It's not that I don't want... It's not like I'm trying to stop whamming progress here. I just don't care.
Whamming progress.
Yeah.
Well, how about a little She-Hulk fun fact?
Okay.
All right. She-Hulk was the last character that was officially created by Stan Lee.
Yeah, because he fucked up so bad he realized he ought to stop doing it.
Ooh, you really think that's what happened?
No.
It crashed and burned so
No. It's just, it was a fun parody character.
bad? Okay, well, parody or not, I also just want to go ahead and confirm, too, that yes, Benedict Wong will be in the movie.
Wong?
That is going to be awesome. There's a number of other characters that are making their appearances in this, and I'm really excited about. One of them is like a D-list character, and you can see him very briefly in the trailer. He looks like a fucking Power Ranger. His name is Frogman.
Oh, yeah. I heard about Frogman.
I'm so excited for Frogman. Frogman is like... I'm trying to think of an equivalent of the character in One Punch Man. I guess he could be Moomin Rider.
But Moomin Rider has a bigger purpose.
Moomin Rider has a much larger purpose. And I don't even think Frogman is he's a villain, actually, I believe.
They also have that chick that's going to be the villain that you see her fighting in the courtroom.
Yeah, she looks fucking ridiculous.
She looks like, who's the Spider-Man villain, the Hunter guy?
Oh, Kraven the Hunter?
It looks like a female version of that.
Her name is Titania.
And her power comes from this thing on her head.
She looks like a classic
Oh, yeah.
type of Marvel
Titania.
character. Yeah, just her name is...
She forgot half her pants.
Pretty much. That's how it goes. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna go into this open-minded because I try to do that with every single Marvel project, despite the fact that I have not watched the Eternals yet.
Well, I didn't like Moon Knight that much.
Yeah.
I thought the fight scenes were great.
Mm-hmm.
I am not super interested in Egyptian god stuff, so that didn't interest me or pull me in. Like, my wife loved it for that because she loves.
She has an interest in it.
She loves Egyptian god stuff. Like, that's all her thing. Like, I'm more like Roman, Greek, Norse mythology kind of things.
And you're probably pumped for Thor: Thunder and Love.
I mean, hell, fucking yeah. I
mean, we just got a brand new trailer for that.
Looks great.
So it looks good.
It's going to be a great comedy with some action in it.
It probably will. I'm still a little disappointed that they continue to make Thor just like a foppish, kind of, like dumb kind of superhero.
Dumb hot guy.
But I mean, they've gone too far at this point that they can't really turn it back too much.
Yeah.
So it has to be the way it is. And also, I think Ragnarok sort of set this brand new standard for what Thor movies are going to be like.
And it was so much more popular than Dark World. Dark World was like his last sort of serious film, and then they went the opposite way, and they're like, "This is great," and they're like, "Okay." So
they're sort of embracing the ridiculous comic bookiness of it.
Yeah.
But the trailer looks good, and I'm glad we finally got to see Christian Bale as Gore the God Butcher for the very first time.
And
I'm still not sold on his look.
It's just like him in gray paint.
It's just him in gray paint.
Yeah.
Yellow eyes. Maybe he has sharp teeth. I think he does in like one of the shots, which the character should have that the way he looks in the comics and everything. But
well, he looks like the comic book actual person, and his race is very weird looking beings. He does not look
They're
like...
Voldemort people.
They're Voldemort people, yeah.
That's literally what they are. They're Voldemort people with sharp teeth.
Yeah.
And they're like half human, half great white shark looking people.
That are lumpy.
And I would kind of hope they'd go a little further with that. But I mean, he still looks kind of striking in some of the shots.
Look, at the end of the day, Christian Bale can act his ass off. So
can.
you drop him in there, he's probably going to be a pretty good bad guy.
Mm-hmm. I think he actually does. I think he does better as villains than he does as heroes, in my opinion. And I think that's what's going to make his character really interesting in this movie.
Yeah.
That and just all the crazy different settings that we're going to be seeing here. We're going all over the place. I'm glad you mentioned different gods and everything. Like we're going to have, Russell Crowe as Zeus.
Yeah.
I didn't even think they were going to even attempt to bring that type of stuff into the Marvel Universe. But fuck it. At this point, we're just going to go nuts. We have giant Egyptian gods. Now we're going to have
hippo ladies.
Hippo ladies. We might as well. That was one of the only things I think I really loved about Moon Knight was maybe the final episode when we had the kaiju battle.
Yes.
Between the crocodile and Khonshu.
Yeah, Khonshu, the
who
Crow
may
Man.
or may not be a villain. I don't know. It's hard to say. With
He's
this
more
type of
in it for himself.
Yeah,
that's all he cares about.
Yeah. So, but I mean, they're really opening up all these crazy characters from all these various universes, and they establish too in Moon Knight. There's various underworlds. There's different dimensions and planes of existence. So all of these gods can apparently coexist in the Marvel Universe.
They just don't live in the same place, but they can get together in one of them.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
Thor: Thunder and Love, I think you're looking forward to, which is Are you really excited for?
I am really excited because I think you're going to get the first 1/3 where you're going to get him with the Guardians, which is I'm excited about. Which they've also finished filming of the new Guardians movie. It's officially wrapped, so it'll be probably.
It is James Gunn again, right?
Look that up. Yeah, remember they tried to kick him out, and then the whole cast said, if you fucking fire him, we won't come back. And then they're like, okay, never mind. We'll let those tweets go.
Exactly.
And, but yeah, I just think it's going to be you get a little bit of Guardians in the front end, and then you get a Thor doing a more goofy version. Wasn't the first movie a coming of age story for Thor, and now we get a second one? I wouldn't say it was coming
of age. It was more of like a lesson learned, kind of like respect.
Well, he was a spoiled child, and then,
respect your power.
Yeah,
and power, responsibility, Spider-Man shit.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you, a challenge, if you will.
Okay.
So you're really looking forward to Thor: Thunder and Love.
Yes.
You'd say you're pretty excited for it.
Yes.
You don't like She-Hulk though.
No.
Because it's a woman empowerment.
No.
But Thor: Thunder and Love is about Jane Foster gaining Thor powers and getting empowered.
So how does she get Thor powers? I'm just saying.
Look at that.
Oh, you're in my shot, bro. Get the fuck out of my shot. Oh, you're fucking my focus up. I can't reach your angle.
Anywho.
Fuck you, Corey.
Anywho. Why does that get a free pass?
First of all, I don't like those parts, to be honest. I'm not interested in those parts. I'm interested in Thor going on adventures.
I think Padme Amidala looks pretty damn good in the Thor outfit.
Yeah, she's been working out. She's got some guns.
Yeah. I like Natalie Portman, though.
Yeah, she doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
She doesn't seem annoying to me.
I don't know shit about Tatiana Maslany. I don't know much
also,
about her.
It's not female Thor the movie.
No.
It's a Thor movie with a female Thor in it.
Yes.
That's different.
What if by the end of the movie, Thor gets usurped by the new Natalie Portman Thor? Though?
Well, I think we riot.
What if this...
I think we fucking burn the theater down.
We just burn it down and, go for
Start over. Be like, next one.
I'm going to be open-minded about both of those things. I'm excited for it, though. I think it looks fucking awesome, and I'm going to accept it for what it is. As much as I want Thor to be serious and awesome and intense, he's a goofy kind of character. Let's go ahead and just roll with that. I mean, they've already established that within this universe, and I think it'll be fun. As for Guardians 3, I don't even know what to expect, because, hell, you're telling me that they just finished filming. I had no idea.
I think post on those movies is intense, so it might be May next year. Can you look that up when it's supposed to come out? When is Guardians 3 coming out?
Yes. So right now, according to what I am looking at, we're looking at a May 5th, 2023 release.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Because it would be too much of a push to try to get it out by Christmas.
And the biggest thing that I can see right now is...
And what's the next Marvel movie? Thor.
Yep.
And then it would be Guardians.
Well, actually, supposedly, the new Black Panther is supposed to come out at the end of this year.
Let's talk about that.
But they showed us nothing.
What do they do with that? Because...
I'll tell you what they should have done with it. They should have, and I mean this in the nicest way possible, they should have recast T'Challa.
No.
Yes.
You're completely wrong on that.
No. Chadwick Boseman was awesome, okay?
He's
a great
literally
actor. Hell, I just watched
changed-
him in this awesome baseball movie, actually, the other day on Netflix.
Yeah.
But he's fantastic. But Black Panther is a great character. And they shouldn't have to kill off the character.
They will bring back a different Black Panther, but they didn't want to do it like right away.
But how are they going to explain? They're just like, oh, T'Challa's dead.
No, but another guy in the community can become the Black Panther.
Yeah, I know, but like, we still have to address.
You wanted them to War Machine him, like where they just drop another dude and say it's T'Challa.
Look, they've already done it with the Hulk with Edward Norton. They've already done it with War Machine. Why can't we do it again? The character of the Black Panther needs to live on in my opinion.
You want to hear something that was kind of like dark and shocking? He was doing interviews, I think, for that baseball movie.
Okay.
And
I think it's called 42.
Anyway,
great movie.
Dying of cancer behind the scenes, getting very skinny. Mm-hmm. Everyone thinks it's for a role. And they're like, "Are you coming back to do Black Panther 2 anytime soon?" He's like, "Haha, I'm dead. Like I'm not doing another one of those."
He really said that?
Yeah, but he hadn't been telling people he had cancer. He's just making an off-kind comment like, "No, I'm dead. Like I'm not gonna come back." He fucking Norm Macdonald it. Just didn't tell anyone.
Oh, I mean, I guess it's better to do that though, just to keep the press out of your life and constantly. Just
you're already stupid famous. You don't also want everyone like sad about you dying at the same time.
If you're going through that sort of recovery, the last thing you need is people constantly hounding you. Like, you need your peace.
Every interview is going to be like, "How's it like dealing with cancer right now?"
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, and he didn't want that.
No,
so
he wanted to live.
Yeah, he wanted to live his
the
last
best
few
life
lives
that he could,
yeah.
and and I appreciate that, and I understand that they're trying to honor him in that way. But I think the Black Panther is too important of a character. I wanted to see more of T'Challa's journey.
Yeah, I get that.
Because even though I didn't love the Black Panther movie, I loved a lot of what they did with it, and I wanted to see it expanded upon.
Yeah, I love the world.
And I've said it before like 1,000 times. I still think, like, top 3 coolest superhero suits, Black Panther is in the top 3 for me.
Yeah, for sure.
I just love the look of that outfit. Like him, Spider-Man, and Moon Knight. I love Moon Knight's outfit. I just want to say it. I think it looks really awesome.
Not the suit one.
Not the suit one?
No. Not Mr. Moon Knight.
Oh, I definitely like the more traditional Moon Knight.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
The battle one.
But Mr. Knight I think is cool, but he doesn't break into the top 3 or even 10 for that matter.
No.
But I love those 3 suits, and I just think they look so damn awesome when they're in motion. And I just wanted more of that character. There was just so much they didn't mine yet. Like, there's a lot more they could have done with that, and it seems like a disservice to the character, not the actor.
That makes sense.
Rest in peace, Chadwick. But like,
no, they can do a wham and empowerment Black Panther where all the girls get a chance now.
Yeah, maybe get M'Baku to do it. Look, I like female superheroes and I like female characters, but like,
it's the whamming times now.
The Phase 4.
Phase 4.
You want
everything gets a vagina.
Yep.
Like, damn, guys.
I just watched a video from It's a Gundam.
I love It's a Gundam.
I love that dude.
If you guys haven't had a chance to watch an It's a Gundam video, go watch. It's kind of a social commentary channel. Mm-hmm. I've discovered a lot of video games I like on that channel just because he always puts video game footage over.
Always, yeah.
That's where I discovered
you know what he's playing, too.
Action Squad Door Kickers. It's from that one of those videos.
No
I never
kidding.
told you that. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I was like, what is that game?
Yeah.
I want to buy that.
I mean, right now he's been mostly playing a lot of Elden Ring and Horizon, the new one.
Yep. Which is a great game that no one played because Elden Ring came out like 2 weeks after it.
I think maybe it's starting to get a little bit of a resurgence because people have been just playing Elden Ring to absolute death.
Ugh, Elden Ring. How many? I think I sunk about 40 hours into that game.
I put about... I think maybe
we had a cool idea. We never did it where we were going to just play Elden Ring and do a podcast. We still should do it.
It's still not too late. Hell, you wanted to do like you wanted to get us playing Smash Brothers and.
I just wanted to let's do a podcast while we play some video games
because we have the ability to do it.
Yes,
we have the Elgato.
We have the technology.
We have the tech to make that happen.
If only we had some cameras and a video switcher and all this shit. If only we had all that.
Yeah,
if only we had the motivation. Maybe that's what we're really missing.
Motivation is tough, but still, we made it happen today, which is pretty important.
But I have to say that It's a Gundam is a good channel, so if you get a chance, go check it out. Yeah. What video were you watching?
It was actually the most recent. He was talking about She-Hulk as well. Yeah, it was a really short one. Sometimes he does these little 10-minuters, and sometimes he will do an hour and a half.
I really want to go back and address this. It's not that I don't like women characters. It's not that I don't like women shows.
Yeah.
I like a lot of shows. Like, I love Community, and some of my favorite characters on that show are some of
one of your favorite shows, The Marvelous
Miss Maisel.
Miss Maisel.
The Marvelous Miss Maisel on Amazon.
And she's the main character of the show.
Yeah, it's a great show, but they don't shove. Women are amazing in your face. They just make a great show, and the main character happens to be a woman. Mm-hmm. And
the Ellen Ripley theory
Yeah, just a cool character that happens to be a girl.
They never address the fact that she's like a woman.
They never say, "Are you sure you should go in that dark hallway because you're a girl?"
No, they never do that.
Yeah.
That's the way it's actually supposed to be done. And of course.
But when you say, "Oh, your ass looks great in that dress in the trailer," I'm like, ugh.
The scene where she's in the room with Mark Ruffalo on the other side, and he's saying like all this. She's like, that's the typical mentality of like any woman,
Yeah, or the
let's drown our sorrows in Haagen-Dazs.
Or the picking up her Tinder date and carrying him into the bedroom.
I still don't know how I feel
that's
about
literally women being more powerful than a man.
Well, she literally is more powerful. That's the thing.
I don't know.
That's the joke.
Maybe I'm looking for it.
That's the joke. She can pick the dude up and go fucking
choke him out with her vagina
and kill him by snoo.
Yeah.
Like that's how it's going to happen.
I just don't.
Apparently in the comics, She-Hulk is very promiscuous.
Cool.
She might as well be a nymphomaniac superhero.
That's cool.
She's even boned Iron Man, apparently.
Whoa.
Yeah. Tony Stark has gone into the green fields of glory.
Oh, God.
That's right. What, is She-Hulk not a waifu for you, Christian? Do you want to talk about waifus?
No, I don't. Because
Why
that's
not?
never been an interest to me.
Yeah?
Waifu shit is
I
not
just love talking about waifu shit with you because it makes you uncomfortable.
It's not my thing, man.
What's not your thing about it? Let's get real.
What
do you not like about waifu culture?
No, I just don't go to anime for that. Like
No?
I go to the well, I take a drink because I love the action. Because I was brought in to anime from Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
And that is my DNA.
You're about the action,
the beams, the mountains exploding, the big punches, the energy beams. Like that's what I love about anime. I do not care about Bulma being hot. Just don't care about that part.
No?
That's not my thing.
It's not your thing.
It's not my thing.
Ever.
Corey, now tell me about you liking animated titties.
Ooh, I love animated titty. My girlfriend hears this.
Oh, God damn, Corey. I'm not putting anything about this on the
No,
internet.
waifus are an important thing, man.
They're part of the culture.
They
It's
make
not
the-
about shaming people
They
that
make
like
the
waifus.
world go round.
It's about knowing what brings you to the well, and I don't take a sip. I'm not thirsty for that like you are.
You like One Piece, but like Nami's just like, nah.
Nami can barely fight anyone. I mean, Nami's not even that good. She had to get a stick that had powers. Am I wrong?
If that's not a metaphor for something, I don't know what is.
Yeah, if she would have had a dick,
Oh,
she would have been strong. I don't know.
Don't worry. Next time we do a podcast, I'm gonna do a waifu challenge with you.
Yeah, you get it ready. We'll pull it up on the screen. We'll show people, is this one legal?
Is
I
this
don't
one
know.
not?
Yeah.
How do you feel about this one? I want to do like a rate 1 to 5 with you. Mostly just to see you squirm because I think it's really funny. Even right now, I can see the cogs in your head going, Corey, please change the subject. No,
we're staying right here.
We're staying right here in waifu land.
Yep.
And it's going to be fun.
Oh, God.
I cannot wait.
Sister Sama or something or whatever. It's all little sisters and weird shit. That's fucking weird anime.
I don't know if we're going to get into that type of stuff.
No, it's out there. Don't act like it's not.
Oh, it's very much out there, but don't worry. I'm going to create this. It's going to be very fun.
Okay. I'm down.
Hopefully it's going to be really awkward, and I love it. And you're going to have to choose your top 3. Yeah, you're going to be forcibly... You're going to have to forcibly choose.
You're going to push me onto children? Mm-hmm. You pedophile?
Not
Animated
exactly.
pedophile?
Yeah, I can have your wife in the room with you, too, to make it even more awkward.
Yeah, she'd love that, actually. She'd enjoy watching me squirm.
She's all into Korean drama and everything, so it's not that weird.
my wife is so into Korean drama. Like, every time I come home, all I do is hear, like, Korean speech and see her reading subtitles. My wife loves TikTok and Korean dramas. Like, that is her jam. I don't know. Maybe a lot of people can do this nowadays, but I can't stare at TikTok for 2 hours.
I can't either.
Maybe I'm exaggerating. Even at 30 minutes is a lot, but I know people that just...
30 minutes is a tremendous amount. But, I mean, I'd be lying if...
You said you and your girlfriend watch TikTok all the time.
We do. But I'm like, usually it's like a breakfast thing, or sometimes we're just laying in bed and we're just like, oh, let's just look at this shit for like 30 minutes.
It's endless content. I get
is.
it. I get it. Maybe we should learn how TikTok works, but...
I don't know about that. I like to be...
Like, I don't know how to edit a video on TikTok, and I own a video production company.
Yeah, I have
and
no
I'm
idea
kind
how
of
it works.
proud of that, even though it's bad for my business.
I like to admire TikTok from afar.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like to become a part of it, a part of its platform, so much as I'm just like, I got 10 minutes to kill. Let's watch people get hurt in funny cat videos. Like, that's about it.
And some waifus are mixed
Or
in
the
there.
waifu dance video that
Yeah.
you showed me.
That was funny as fuck.
That was good.
Let me pull that up.
That's sort of what inspired me to talk a little bit about waifus today.
Waifu dance.
I think I got it liked on mine. If you need me to try and look it up,
video. Tell me if I can find it.
I'll be able to find it pretty easily. Because after watching that video, I'm like, yeah, I kind of.
But you have it on TikTok. I need to find it on YouTube so I can pull it up.
No, I have it on the tube of views.
What's it called? So I can search it.
Let me see if I can actually find it real quick. And it's a really funny video. It's basically just this guy dancing.
But like dissing this chick for calling him out for liking waifus.
Holy shit.
This is the most entertaining part of the podcast where we sit and stare at our phones. And talk.
Well, this is why we need a Joe Rogan Jamie.
Jamie, pull that up.
In order to do this type of shit. Especially because, again, I suck.
You find the title?
I'm getting there. Liked videos. Here we go. So the name of the video is Your Number One.
Your Number One.
Waifu probably isn't 18.
Waifu.
And the whole joke,
yeah,
of
there
course.
it is. Yeah. Okay, let me pull it up.
Yeah, let's bring this sucker up.
Okay. We got some titty. Thank you, Internet, for that.
I guess we all going to jail then.
Yeah.
Best part is all right, so here we go. Holy shit. I did not know. Well, here's the thing. Some of these are inaccurate.
I'll pause this if you want.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's just pause. Let's try and go through each one.
I don't know where that one's from.
I don't know either. Here, let's start at the beginning.
Okay, let's start at the beginning.
This seems like a fun thing to do now. So here we go. Holy shit. There's 02, I think is her name. Whatever.
One second. You're a sick creep and you should be locked up if you like waifus. I guess we all go into jail then. Okay,
right,
this chick, no idea what that's from.
Rem, she's from ReZero.
She's from ReZero?
It says she's 16. As far as I remember in the show, she was 18. I might be wrong on that.
Okay.
Total like, could be a waifu, for sure.
Could be a waifu.
Could be a waifu. Next, Yoko. Okay,
14.
so here's the thing about Yoko. She is 14 at the
During
beginning.
some of the show.
But then she becomes an adult.
So we're cool.
So I'm okay with Yoko being a waifu.
Yeah.
Let's go back a little bit.
Oh my god, this chick looks creepy.
Raftalia. So we had a discussion about this character.
Raftalia.
We had a discussion about Raftalia yesterday.
Keep going.
Raftalia is from a show called The Rising of the Shield Hero, show which is currently in the middle of its second season, and it's a show that I actually like quite a bit.
Yeah, Raftalia.
Raftalia is an interesting case because she's a character from an isekai show, so it's involving magic and all types of other crazy shit. It's basically an RPG world. And at the beginning of the series, she's very young. And through the use of this world and its magic, she gets leveled up. And when you level up in that world, it also ages you up, so it makes her of age. So that's a debate.
I think that if she is
rules of
leveled
that-
up in the game,
Yeah.
then therefore her mind is also leveled up into an adult's mind. So
There
anyway.
we go. It's hard to say.
Okay. Everyone knows that's wrong. You shouldn't like. Oh, you can't see it. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
You shouldn't like Ahsoka.
Mm-hmm.
But that's
Asuka?
kind of
So here's the thing with Asuka.
Asuka. Not Ahsoka.
I've been familiar with Asuka since I was 12 years old.
Yes. So that's a pass.
So when I was 12 years old, I was totally all into Asuka. How could you not be?
Mm-hmm.
But then you get older and you're like, well.
Okay, let's keep going.
Exactly. Yeah. No. Let's Nagatoro from another show called Don't Bully Me, Miss Nagatoro.
Yep.
Clearly off the you can't do it. No waifu. Nope. Too young.
Yep.
Just can't do that. Marin. This is from a very popular show, which has exploded right now. I have not watched it yet.
Okay.
It's called My Dress Up Darling.
Okay.
Marin is the waifu of the year as far as I'm concerned for a lot of people. But she's also too fucking young, despite the fact that she looks like she's in her early 20s. But, that's anime. Megumin, another character from a show called Konosuba. Jesus, I watched too much anime.
Yeah, you know all this shit. I don't know none of it.
Megumin, too young. She's a funny witch character, but, man, she is just way too young. Sorry. Flare. Have no idea who Flare is.
No idea. This one,
Anya.
I see this everywhere on the internet now.
Anya is from
Anya.
a brand new show called Spy Family.
Okay.
Which is based on a very popular manga series, and this is like the most popular anime right now. I almost want to make a whole separate video about this because
They keep putting her in everything. Like
she's
they
in-
edit her into
she's
things.
everywhere, and it's just because she's a cute little girl, but she's not a waifu.
Yeah, she's
I
not
have
sexualized.
no sexual feelings towards this character. She's just super cute.
Oh, this one.
Nezuko
Yeah.
from Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
Nezuko's super popular.
Why'd she have the thing in her mouth?
she'll bite you. She's half demon.
Oh,
She might
okay.
go crazy.
Oh, okay.
But Nezuko is super popular. She's not a waifu though. She's too young. And in the most recent season, a big controversial scene came up where she powers up and she basically She-Hulks.
Yes.
She gets big and bad and big old breastises.
Full of titty.
Yeah,
Okay.
breasticles.
We're going to keep moving.
We are going to keep moving.
You're going to turn 30 one day. I love that. He's like, you're going to get old and be not hot. Mm-hmm. She's going to be 17 forever. Who's that?
This is a character from a show that I've never seen. She's in a bunny outfit, which is awesome.
Yep.
All women in the world, take note. I don't know much about her character. I just know that she's from a show where she's in a bunny outfit and it's weird and other people can't see her or some shit and only one guy can. It's very weird. I have not seen any of it.
Cool.
But that's all my knowledge.
Let's keep going.
Yep. Not waifu though. 17. Your goods are damaged, man.
Oh.
All right. So here's one that's near and dear to my heart. If you go back one.
Oh, I missed that. That one was super quick.
Yep, it is super quick. And there we go.
Is that Sailor Moon?
Kagome or Kagome. So she's from Inuyasha.
Yep.
This is another instance where I was familiar with her when I was her age. And I had a huge crush on this character.
So you're essentially, how he's shaming this chick, you're like talking about how it's also true because you liked her when you were this young.
I was in love with this character.
Okay, cool.
I was like, oh, I want her to be my girlfriend. I wanted her to be my waifu. And it's hard to get rid of those feelings, Christian.
Here we go. Keep going. Anyway, this one. I'm not into this.
Sheena, don't know her. Don't even know her at all. Chica, she's
I mean,
from a
she
show called.
looks like a hentai character.
Again, too young. No, she's from a show called. I think it's a war. It's like a war on love show. I forgot what it was called, and I know I'm gonna get roasted for that. Gasai Yuno. Holy shit, this chick is fucking insane. By the way, she's a serial killer, time traveler. She's
that's got titty.
Exactly. She's from a show called Mirai Nikki, which God I recommend.
Okay,
it's so
let's
good.
keep going.
It's like a battle royale.
Well,
Ryuko Matoi.
it's literally a show
1
about
year
naked
shy
chicks
of
fighting.
waifu-ish.
Yeah.
Not really digging the Ryuko thing.
I like Ryuko. The thing is, I loved that series for its action, but the sexuality of that show and the action were so interweaved.
Yeah.
Literally, their transformation was like straps going over their titties and bouncing as they'd like tighten down. And I'm like, ugh, I can't show
I'm more
this
of a
to anyone.
Satsuki Kiryuin guy anyway.
Was that the chick that ran the school?
Yes.
Yeah, she was more interesting.
Yes, she was.
Titty wise.
Yeah, that's right. All right, so we got Ryuko in there. Akame from Akame ga Kill.
Oh my God, there's so much left.
She's way too young.
Let's keep going.
There we go. Sailor Moon. Usagi.
I don't. Sailor Moon's more of your goofy, fun, cool friend.
Come on now. You know that Sailor Moon put you through puberty when you were like 11, 12 years old.
No.
Nothing?
Other places on the internet got me through that.
Jeez, man. That's sad. Asuna.
Is that Sword
Art Online?
Sword Art Online? Yeah. She's one of the waifus in the show,
Yes.
so why would she not be your waifu in real life?
I have no idea who Keking is. Ha ha ha! Can't go to jail for the love of the drawing. He's very. My waifu is my future.
Oh, with eggs.
With eggs. That's fucking weird. Dude,
your future, no eggs.
The posters. Your future, no eggs in your basket, man. The posters on some of this. The poster on the far right of his wall.
It will get there. Infertile MP3.
Look at that shit.
Too bad you can't be 18 forever too. He's so brutal. That's got to suck. 1 second. I might. So he's saying I want to make someone draw my favorite waifu in a bikini.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. That might even be
all 87 pounds of her. How much do you weigh? Just kidding.
Just kidding.
I don't give a fuck about real girls.
All right, so that's basically, I think, the video right there. There you go. Look at this guy posing with guns.
That guy's like a meme lord. I love it.
Yeah, he is. He knows exactly what he's doing. So, waifus.
Woo! Corey, there's going to be some editing on that because I totally didn't get the audio right, but you'll fix it in post.
I will fix everything in post.
Woo! You guys won't know, but Corey did a lot of extra work.
Because it involves the waifus.
He'll get it right.
And waifus are an important thing, and they should never go away.
Get it right.
For every waifu, there's a husbando, Christian.
Oh, believe me. My wife has like a mouse pad with fucking Miho or some shit from Korea.
God, I love this awkwardness. This is so fantastic. And you know what? We're going to go ahead and end it here.
We're only an hour and 5 minutes in. We're just getting warmed up.
We're just getting started to be done. So, guys, we've talked a lot of cool stuff today, whether it be One Piece, Marvel, She-Hulk, Thor, Thunder, and Love. What about waifus? Do you have a waifu? Are you totally creeped out by the concept of waifus? Let's have a big discussion all about it in the comments section below. Again, if you guys are liking our content, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to check us out on Patreon. And, let's just have a big discussion about all this stuff and maybe some topics you guys want to hear. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. We will see you guys next time. Take care.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.